everybody, it's Elizabeth, and this is my Tougher Journey update the week of July 18th. So, the last time I talked to you a week ago, I was still working on losing the weight that I had gained on July 4th. What a joke. But by the next day, on Thursday, I had lost those 2 pounds, plus a little bit more. So, it was a really good weigh-in on Thursday. Well, over the course of the week, I have lost even more weight. So I'm now down 35 pounds as of today, and I'm so thrilled about that. It has been a really rewarding scale week. I have to say though, I told Shayla, I'm a little bit anxious because typically my weight is like up and down like a roller coaster, but with a steady down. And I haven't had any ups in over a week. And so I'm a little like, oh my gosh, it's gonna come back up, I know it. I kind of expect it to come up tomorrow just because I've had some stomach issues today, and so my diet has been whack. I had like cream of wheat for dinner with toast and just trying to calm my tummy down. So yeah, it was a little bit carb heavy today and not so high on the protein. So we'll see how it works out tomorrow. It'll be all good though. But anyway, so yes, just a really rewarding week weight loss wise. I'm so happy about that. You know, one thing that's been interesting is I actually went out of town this past weekend, and I was able to maintain my weight loss and my exercise plan while I was gone. So let me tell you about that. So my best friend since high school, her parents are like parents to me, and they celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary. So the family and I packed up and we headed north to Arkansas and we stayed in a hotel and all of that. So I was a little anxious about it because I like to know the plan. I like to know where my food's going to come from and what the nutritional information is for it and all of that. I just don't want any surprises because I want to stick to my plan. So Shayla and I talked about it a lot before I left town as far as like what to pack for snacks on the road, and she just encouraged me. I'm gonna do fine. So for snacks I packed peanut butter. I eat all natural Skippy or Jif peanut butter, and then Sara Lee 45 calorie bread, which is what I always eat, and some honey. And so that, like, just one piece of bread with maybe a tablespoon of peanut butter and just a little drizzle of honey is so satisfying, and it's a good little snack for me. So I had that. I took some almonds, some cheese sticks, and I think that's it. I took some muscle milk, and then I also took beef jerky, but I don't think I ever ate that. So that really helped as far as snacks goes. And then when we were traveling on the road, we had like Chick-fil-A, or I think one day we had Subway, which was great. And so you just order, you know, what I already knew what to order because I'd looked ahead and I know what I can have at those places. Where I ran into trouble was, first of all, at the party Friday night. I thought that we would have time for dinner afterwards, but we didn't. By the time the party was over and we cleaned up and everything, it was too late for dinner. And the only foods they served at the party were like cheese and crackers and fruit and like a veggie tray. So not a lot of good choices for me. So I did, while I was at the party, I had like a couple of slices of cheese. I think I had some broccoli and some celery maybe. But I'd also thought ahead and brought my peanut butter and my honey and my bread. So I was able to, you know, to make it work. It wasn't a good full meal with good protein like I normally would have, but it got me by. So that worked out well. And then the next day we had lunch at a restaurant that was a no-name place, and they didn't have a website with information on it. And when I got there, the waitress said, "I'm sorry, we don't have nutritional information for our food." I'm like, oh my gosh, what am I gonna do? Well, I looked at the menu, and just based on what I've learned, I knew that I could have like a good grilled piece of lean meat, and I knew to order it like without butter. and I knew I needed some green vegetables. So, anyway, and then I also texted Shayla, and she really helped me through that, and it worked fine. I was able to stick to my plan and not go over my calories, so that worked out great. And then also, as far as like sticking to my exercise plan, I am 110% committed to sticking to what I've been doing, to my routine and to my eating plan. So I told Shayla what my plans were, so for accountability, and she held me to it. On Friday, normally I would go to 9:30 boot camp and then to yoga after that, but we were planning to leave earlier than that class. So I knew that the gym offered a 5:30 boot camp that morning, which, oh my word, is so early. Y'all, it's still dark at 5:30. So I told Shayla, I'm going to go to that class. I'm going to get my calories in. So I did. I went to the 5:30 boot camp, and it was great. The girls there were precious and so nice and happy that early in the morning. And it was with Heidi, so it was a really good workout, and it was fun to work out with Heidi. So then I knew ahead of time that the hotel had a little gym with some cardio equipment in it. And so I took my shoes and my calorie watch and all that, and I committed to Saturday morning doing a workout there. Normally I'm at Fitness Dominance with Dom at the gym, so but I still got my calorie burn in. So I ended up being out of town, but fully committed to my program and not missing a step, which was really amazing that I was even able to do that. I have to admit, though, on Saturday morning I was like, oh, I don't want to get up and go work out. We'd stayed up pretty late the night before, but I did it and I felt good about it, and yeah, so it was just successful. So I have to ask a question. Honey, have I talked about the vegetable thing yet? Or was that the first time? Okay. Anyway, so I want to tell you something, and if I've already said it, please forgive me, because this is take 2 on this video and I can't remember what I've already said. Anyway, after July 4th, Shayla texted me and said, I want this week for you to change your diet a little bit. Typically, her rule of thumb for me is every meal that I eat has to have a protein and a fruit or a vegetable. She wanted me to limit my fruits to 2 servings per day, and then the rest of the time it needed to be a vegetable. Well, for this little time period, she wanted me to only have 1 serving of fruit a day, and then the rest needed to be vegetables, but green vegetables. So I've had salads, I've had broccoli, asparagus, green beans, zucchini, cucumbers, can't remember, spinach. And so just lots of green, and then no like carrots or squash or potatoes or sweet potatoes or anything like that. So I don't know if that's what has affected my weight loss or not, but wow, I mean, I have just had a steady downward loss for a long time, for at least 7 days, which has been nice. So anyway, I'm so grateful for that. So I talked about my good week and being out of town. Oh, and I wanted to talk about just some fears that I've struggled with. I really struggled at the end of the 90-day period, and I think I talked about this a little bit, but I just really want to share my heart, and I promise to be real. I have been so afraid that after the 90 days that I would quit. Part of that is because my predecessors in the 90-day program have struggled with that so much, and they have either quit altogether or took a break and then struggled to come back or whatever. But working up to my 90th day, I had been having lots of dialogue with Shayla and with Heidi and just other people in the gym about, I'm scared to death that I'm just going to repeat what everyone else has done. So it's been it was in the forefront of my mind, like so much during that time period. It's still there a little bit, but less so. I'm finding that for once in my life, I'm actually losing weight, not for anybody else, but for myself. You know, I have seriously been overweight my entire life. I mean, every picture that I have of me as a kid, I am way overweight. And so, it's been a struggle for me to lose weight. And I've tried to do it for my mom, my husband, you know, other people, friends, whatever, that have tried to motivate me. But for once, I'm actually doing it for myself because of who I want to be and what I want to do with my life. So I've really dug my heels in and just held myself accountable. And I'm like, because some mornings I get up and I don't want to work out. I don't want to go, but I do it. And I'm like, I'm not giving up. I am not going to quit. I am determined. So I appreciate every single one of you who have encouraged me or given me a high five at the gym or told me that I'm looking great. And even a couple of the trainers have said, I'm so glad to see you still here 2 weeks past your 90-day mark. You know, we are so proud of you. And that means all the world to me. But even if they didn't, I think I would be okay. So, but I just want to thank everybody for your encouragement. It means so, so much. Well, that's all I have for today, and I hope it made sense. Sorry if I repeated anything. I love you guys, and I will see you next week. Bye.